following is a story that brings together the common man, the legendary heroes, and the miracle of a world that cheated time to find a second chance. The longest 10 days, the town of New Thatcher didn't look like a spaceship to the 5,000 families living 3 miles beneath the granite crust of the planet. It looked like a postcard from 1958. There were white picket fences, a town square with a silent fountain, and street lamps that hummed with a soft, comforting amber glow. In the old world, the sun had begun to swell, turning the sky into a bruised purple furnace. But for the last 10 days, at least 10 days by the clocks on the kitchen walls, the people had lived in the quiet safety of the deep. The men in white shirts in the central hub, the deep thinkers moved with a quiet, exhausted intensity. These were the legendary heroes, men in short-sleeved white shirts with pocket protectors, their eyes red-rimmed from staring at the green glow of cathode ray tubes. They weren't just scientists, they were the navigators of a world outside the crust. The planet was screaming through the void at 96%, the speed of light to the scientists. The universe was a blurred streak of lethal gamma rays in blue-shifted starlight. They watched through sensors as entire solar systems flew by in the blink of an eye. We're crossing the Sagittarius arm, one physicist whispered, adjusted his horn-rimmed glasses. In the time it took us to drink that coffee, 100 years of history would have just passed on the old Earth. The common prayer. Down in the residential sectors, the people did what they knew how to do. They mowed the artificial grass, they fixed the plumbing. They checked on their neighbors. They didn't fully understand the Lorentz factor or why their watches were ticking slower than the rest of the galaxy. They only knew that their families were safe and that the men in the hub had promised them a new morning. There was no sadness, only a collective holding of breath. They had traded their history for a future. They knew that back home, the old sun would have likely already swallowed their childhood homes, their schools, and the graves of their ancestors. But here, in the vibrant now, they had everything they held dear, the arrival. On the 10th day, the planet began to groan, a deep rhythmic vibration hummed through the floorboards of every house. The scientists were braking, using the planet's massive kinetic energy to settle into the orbit of a young, stable G-type star. When the vibration stopped, a voice came over the emergency broadcast speakers, the familiar, calm voice of the lead engineer. Citizens, we have arrived. The atmosphere is stable. The radiation has subsided. We are home. The new morning. The elevators took hours to bring everyone to the surface. When the heavy blast doors finally cranked open, the people didn't see a wasteland. They saw a world of deep greens and shimmering blues, untouched and waiting. The air smelled like ozone and wet earth. And then the sun rose. It wasn't the angry, bloated red giant they remembered. It was a crisp, brilliant gold. The people stood on the hillsides, pioneers in Sunday best, looking up at a sky they didn't recognize. The deep thinkers stood among them, no longer legends in a lab, but just men marveling at the math that had become a miracle. As the first new sun warmed their faces, a group gathered in the center of the clearing. Someone produced a guitar and a low, steady strum began to fill the silence of the new world. They sang not of their triumph, but of their hope, that they hadn't traveled beyond the reach of the one who made the stars. The old world turned to embers and the sky began to fade. We packed our hopes in iron walls, the greatest plan we made. The scientists, they drew the lines across the velvet black. We sped away from yesterday and never looked back. Oh, we've crossed the deep and silent sea, 10,000 years in 10. We've found a brand new morning and we're starting life again. But as we watch this stranger sun rise golden o'er the hill, we pray that God has found us and He's watching over us still. The deep thinkers say we're trillions of miles from where we grew, beyond the reach of every map that our grandfathers knew. But a mother tucks her children in beneath a ceiling made of stone, and asks the Lord to find this place and call it as His own. Oh, we've crossed the deep and silent sea, 10,000 years in 10. We've found a brand new morning and we're starting life again. But as we watch this stranger sun rise golden over the hill, we pray that God has found us and He's watching over us still. They say the math is perfect and the engines never fail, but science is a lonely wind to fill a traveler's sail. We've changed our place in heaven and we've skipped across the tide, but we're hoping that the Spirit made the journey by our side. Yes, we hope He knows the way to this brand new break of day. God bless this new horizon.